The Planet app is designed to benefit young people financially and save the planet. Okay? It is designed to generate so much financial clout that it can push its weight around in the world of finance and coerce institutions in such a way that finance benefits the youth instead of the youth benefiting finance. Okay, we're turning the table around on them. We're not doing anything illegal. We're just working with the exact same principles that they work with. Free market economy, everything, exact same thing. We just know that we operate as consumers. And we as consumers, we can generate the velocity of exchange. We can control that. And with this app, that's what we're going to do. Okay? But the reason for generating the velocity of exchange is going to be real life solutions to real life problems and challenges in the destinations where young people travel to. So, as an example, when people come to Denmark and we got problems here in Eastergade, they get the app. When they check into a hostel like this one, and they check into the app and they see who else is in this hostel, they can meet up and they know what the project is. Okay? So they can see, okay, these are the tasks concerning this local project, and this is what we can do together. Come on, everybody, let's go give a hand here, or if not, let's give some kind of support to it. That means that young people or all travelers will no longer be just tourists who go to see a city or what's interesting in the city or museums or this and that. They actually travel from city to city to solve problems. Okay? So they anticipate the problems because we prepare them on the app, come in the app. Now, everybody would be involved in creating the app. The specification of the problem in the local problem, that how could we call it? That part of the process, that will be fulfilled by the staff in the hostel, who normally are just working to satisfy the corporate sensibilities. But inside of themselves, they have a desire to change the world. In their minds, they have dreams, they have visions of what they want to do. The only reason that they're working at the hostel is to pay the rent. It's not because you love the hostel. You end up loving the hostel, yes, but you don't see a hostel and say, yo, I would love to work there because it would just be so fulfilling and blah, blah. No, man, you go there because you know that this is going to pay your rent while you're studying to be a doctor or a nurse or a teacher or whatever, or you studying film or theater and everything. And okay, so the hostel is going to say, okay, we create an environment that makes you as young people feel like you're doing something, blah, blah, blah. And they tap into that. You know, they tap into that for the benefit of the branding of the hostel, the atmosphere of the hostel, whatever for the hostel, which at the end of the day just goes and feeds the corporation. That's the fact, right? So it's very cynical in that sense. You know, it's cynical and unacceptable. See, so what needs to be done is to create a reality of making a change, so that when you are at the hostel, you are part of the solution. When you meet the guests who come, you know, here comes a teammate. They may be a traveler and I may be front desk, but we are teammates because of the app. And we have prepared stuff for them to work with us on the app, out in the street that's out there. Okay? Because we know that the hostel is generating so much money from rent and beds and blah, 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 and this and that money goes to the corporation, whatever. None of it goes into the street that surrounds where we come from. You know, you got to have more security to keep people out, and you know it's a microcosm of the 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 structure, the financial structure everywhere in the world. It's no different. That's why I mean, if it's not that I'm knocking hostels, it's just that hostels are the best example of breaking down how this works, how the microcosm of how the macrocosm works. You know, so it's not hatred towards hostels. I see hostels as the greatest opportunity of realizing, of bridging that gap. The only place we can have that type of versatility and freedom to actually create something that would make a change. And I base that on my life. I base that on observing and traveling and seeing what's happening around hostels, seeing the amount of affluence that checks into the hostels, and seeing the amount of poverty that is around the place where the hostel is built. So the collective financial clout of the app is such that it always provides the collateral for young people, either to make money or to get a loan for studies, a study loan or a house loan or an apartment loan or whatever, because they're members of, because they're part owners of the app, then they're entitled. They have that financial backing as collateral for what they're going to need as young people, instead of having to work their ass off. There's some kind of security, some kind of guarantee. So, yeah, that's the app.